Fast trackers, hello, and welcome to another fast track morning. The sun's so bright out here, I had to close the curtains, but now I've closed the curtains, the light's not so good, so I'm going to open the curtains a little bit. How's that? Is that better? It's 6:15 here in Sydney, Australia. And I'm going to play one of the grooviest chords you can find. Let's see how I'm going to do it here. Yeah, how about that? Here it comes. Had about 6 hours sleep. We had a big gig yesterday. Played in a jazz band, Sax Appeal, and it was great. We played down at this bowling club where they play barefoot bowls on a Sunday afternoon. The ocean's out through the window. It's just a beautiful spot. And our little vocal group, Vegas Nerve, performed as well in 3 or 4 part harmony sometimes. Great. I was really pleased with everything. How are you today? Good? Excellent. What about that chord? That is bluesy, baby. What is that? Now, sometimes I do things that are way too hard for some of my people who are watching. Sometimes it's too easy. You can't please everybody. I think you can do this, though. This is called a C7 sharp 9 chord. C7 sharp 9. It sounds very funky. It's the actual Jimi Hendrix chord that he does in Foxy Lady. Foxy. That's it in E. Very bluesy. Only we're doing it in the key of C. And here's is how we do it. First of all, you've got to have a C chord in the left hand. C, E, G. Not very bluesy. Hey, I live in a state called New South Wales, and we are really under threat. On the news site today, in 2 days' time, our whole state, well, most of the state, is under catastrophic bushfire conditions. We've already lost over 150 homes here in the last couple of days, and 3 people, unfortunately, have lost their lives. I mean, what's going on? Well, we suspect we know, don't we? But it's not good. Sydney's a big town. It's nearly 5 million people, and there's a lot of eucalyptus trees around it. And they're all ready to go up in smoke. We just haven't had rain, and it's dry as hell here. It's bad news, folks. So wish us all well. Where I live, I'm very safe. I'm near the ocean. I'm way over on the eastern side of the city. So I'm okay. But I used to live up in a place called Hornsby, and there were gum trees everywhere there. And those trees can go up in flames pretty fast, you know. It's the oil in the trees. Stephen, how you going? He's asked if I could do some country and blues. Hey, there was a country band playing last night, and they sort of did bluesy stuff as well. If you want to sound country, try this little trick. You got a C chord. There it is. So there's a C chord here, and in the right hand, you put thumb on D. This is a great trick. You'll use this forever. Thumb on D, fourth finger on G. And then you flip it up. You do that. It's the Floyd Kramer thing. I've showed people who've been watching my channel for a while. I've seen this before, and it's a great trick to be able to do. There it is. Go behind closed doors. Hang down. There you go. So when you go to an F chord, do it up there. Back to C. At the beginning of the year, I did a couple of Floyd Kramer things. Intensive. I spent a lot of time on it. Check them out. And there's a G chord. So G, B, D. And in the right hand you play A, D. And down in the boondocks, boop, 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 boop. Hey, good look. G'day, Judith. Are you making a pass at me, Judith, or are you just requesting a song? I'd like to think it's both. Okay, here we go. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? I don't know the song too well. Is it, it's not Buck Owens, it's that, no, I'm going to get into trouble now, aren't I? What I'm doing there is I'm playing a C chord with octave then chord. I checked out Baby It's Cold Outside, by the way, Judith. It's a duet, and it's a little bit too hard. Or is it? Baby, it's cold outside. La da 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 da. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. So what was I doing? Octave then chord. Now this is hard. You're going to have to practice this a lot. I never really liked that sort of style of piano playing, but my my dear mother, she grew up with it, and her mum was a great piano player and used to play in country dances and all that. And in those days, you didn't have any backing tracks or amplification. You just had a piano in a country hall pumping it out big time, and the piano had to be the whole band a lot of the time. Sometimes you might be lucky enough to have a drummer turn up and put all his drums on the back of the horse. Doubt it. So the piano player would have to be the whole band. So this part here is the bass player. Dong, dong, dong. Got one here. Hey, why don't you all come over to my place? We'll have a big jam session, hey? Maybe not. Okay, so that's the bass part. Then there's the chord. Then you got the singer. The singer is going to be playing the tune up the top. And normally you pump it out with an octave in the right hand. So you've got the bass part, the chords, you got the melody, all played by the one person, the piano player. And they do that style. That was a big style, back in the last century, that sort of thing. And it got people dancing, that's good. Made people happy. We all need a bit of that. Actually, today is the 11th of November here in Australia. And I presume you celebrate it in your country too. It's 100 years since the armistice signing, the first real celebration of what we call now Remembrance Day from World War One. I've probably got this wrong, but apparently between 9 and 13 million people died. I mean, sorry to be a bit of a downer here, but this is the music. The music. We've got to have more music in our lives to cheer everybody up and just feel good. And one of the great songs, of course, is by John Lennon, and it's this one. Hello, Cherie. How are you? Hello, Harmony. I've had some nice comments on my YouTube clip. This little boogie woogie thing that I've got. It's almost gone viral. I've got over 600,000 hits on that. Very first one I did about three or 4 years ago. It's averaging about 3,000 views a day. Isn't that nice? Just from doing... I can't believe it, really. And that's leading on to other people, beginners, learning how to play a little bit of boogie woogie. I got my critics as well, of course. People are going on there and going, oh, that's not really boogie woogie, you've got to go. Yeah, sure, but, it's beginner boogie woogie. Beginner! And doing this... Yeah, I've just showed you. Practice it 1 million times and you'll be good at it. I'm not too good at it. I'm not even going to attempt to play at the same... Nah. Where was I? What a great song. Day, hey? If you want to play the introduction to Imagine, I've shown it to you quite a few times over the years, but here it is again. You've got a big fat C chord. And John's finger, bit of a gardening mishap there yesterday. Little finger goes up on the D, and that makes it interesting. Gives it a bit of tension. Yeah? So you've got an octave C in the left hand, E, G, D in the right hand, and you bounce between how do you start it? That's it. That doesn't play. So everything down, then you bounce onto this guy here. And you should really use the pedal to make the notes sound smooth. Why do birds suddenly appear every time? Then it comes down to B. So you do this thing 3 times. I got this young fellow that has been learning off me, and he's going to sing this song at the Christmas concert. Isn't that fantastic? I think his dad's knocked out. He's only been learning for about 3 or 4 months, and not only is he going to play that on the piano, but he's going to sing, and not only that, he's got to stand up and play, sing into a microphone. There's a lot to it. Playing the piano is one thing, you sit there and you play, but to stand up and play is another thing. And to be sing at the same time, you got to remember the lyrics, no music in front of you. It's a big thing. It's a big thing to be able to do all that stuff. Nice, that's a C Maj 7 chord. Good on you, Trev. Thanks very much. Yeah, forget the critics. Here it is. Now you go to this. FCFA. Where do you live, Trev? You know, I saw a great movie through the week. Last Monday, I think it was. Yeah, last Monday I saw a movie called Judy, which was based. What a tough story. It's a tough movie. But Renee Zellweger, Academy Award performance, brilliant. And of course, Judy's big song is from Wizard of Oz. You know, she died at 47. That's pretty tragic. And they pumped pills into her when she was a child star back in the 30s and 40s, you know, with Mickey Rooney and that they'd give her a pill for her to go to sleep. They'd give her a pill to wake up so she could act. Some days were 18-hour days on the movie set. It's child abuse. Isn't it sad how all that wonderful pleasure that people bring to certain people, their lives can end in tragedy? It's something not right there. Here we go. More music. It needs something, doesn't it? Da 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 da. There it is. Da da da. Isn't that magic? I wonder how long it took him before he decided to do that. Or whether it was Yoko in the background saying, John, it's nice. It's a little bit familiar. Can you do something a little bit extra in there? Critics. And so, for some reason, he went, don't you love ideas? Where do they come? Where do ideas come? 2001 Space Odyssey. And mainly because I saw it when I was about 12 and I didn't know what I was in for. It just blew my brains. It's done it ever since. And there's a scene near the start of that where the ape looks at the bone on the ground, and instead of it thinking just as that it's something to, it's just a bone, the ape realizes that it can do something with that bone to get that water hole over there that he really wants from the other apes. So he picks up the bone and he realizes that he can throw the bone at the other ape and hurt it. And because the other ape gets hurt, it's then got the water hole to itself. Well, that's the beginning of warfare, maybe. Who knows? But the idea thing, where do ideas come from? Someone tell me. I mean, he could have done anything. He could have gone, he could have done that. He could have done a little bluesy thing. could have done that, but he didn't. He did that. Isn't that lovely? Where's my coffee? How are we going? Oh, Judith. That's just sweet. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. We're all God's children. And we all here got to look after one another, don't we, really, in the end? My wife gave me a little card once about 30 years ago. She, just a little card, and it had on the card, teach only love, because that's all there is. Something like that. And I thought, wow. Because when you're young, all you think about is really your own personal problems and all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to go and play golf today, and it looks like it's a cool day, but tomorrow is a catastrophic day, apparently. If you have a look at our website, the ABC News website, you will see on the first page there, catastrophic fire conditions tomorrow. It's those poor firemen out there battling these huge flames that you just can't do anything about it. There's fire bombers flying over in the jets, in the big planes dropping. They just give up. It's just too hard. You can see satellite pictures of the smoke coming off New South Wales, drifting out into the Pacific Ocean. What was I going to do? That bluesy chord right at the start. Don't you love these schizophrenic lessons? Jumping around all over the place. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Occasionally I'll look over there and see. Music is the best healer. And it's free. It's free. If you haven't got an instrument, sing. La di da dum bum 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 bum. We had choir on Thursday night. I run a choir with my friend Sam. And we had 65. Boom, 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 boom. I lost count. Boom, boom. 65 people there. It was great. We also did Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen. And next time we're going to do, we did Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. That's right. As well as a lot of other things. It's a fun choir, we're not serious about it. We just have a bit of fun with a little refreshment, if you sometimes a singer will come in here and wants to sing a song, like Imagine, and they don't want to do it in that key. It's too high or too low for their voice, but they want to do the song. And they still can. You know what that means, don't you? That means the piano player has to play it in a different key. Now there's 12. What if the singer says, I want to sing it in B flat? Now you've got two things you can do here, three things you can do. Number one, you can just say, oh, sorry, I'm not good enough. Give the job to somebody else, please. Or two, you could cheat and play it in C and use the transpose button on your keyboard. But that's not an option. I'm not allowing you to do that, fast trackers. You've actually got to learn it in B flat. So if you're going to do it in B flat, how are we going for time? Oh, I only got 5 minutes left. If there's something you want me to do, let me know. Here we go. You've been learning about dynamics, Cherie. You've been learning about dynamics, Cherie. Dynamics! Dynamics is the louds and softs of music. When you're playing on a gig sometimes, people talk over the top of the music, and if you just stop if you got an arrangement in the music where it just stops and there's dead silence from the band, you'll hear the audience go, and then the band starts again. Dynamics, louds, softs. It's really it's really important. I mean, think back to your your teaching days and your favourite teachers. Probably if one of your favourite teachers probably used dynamics really well. They'd talk very softly, and everybody would lean forward and go, "Oh, what are they saying? What are they saying?" And then, out of the blue, just say something loud to wake everybody up, to stimulate them. Then there's the others that just talk like me. Excuse me. Like somebody selling something at the cattle yards. That's no dynamics. No dynamics at all. Listen to Nora Jones. She plays around with a softer part. Listen to Janis Joplin. She plays around with a loud part. Listen to Joe Cocker. He does, well, everybody does both, but he does loud. What about the end of that beautiful song, You Are So Beautiful? That little moment there where he goes, to me, right at the very end. I mean, everybody loves that bit. And he probably couldn't do it exactly the same as that every time he performed, because that was a recording session one day. Yeah. And he'd use dynamics to give the power of music. And there's Beethoven waking everybody up. Loud dynamics. And here he is at the other end of the spectrum. There you go. So it's all about the journey, the story, the beautiful ups and downs, the tension and release, the softs and the louds. Where were we? Oh, right. We only got a couple of minutes left now. Stephen would like some bluesy stuff. Good on you, Andrea. Glad you started playing again at 52. I started at 16. Official piano lessons. And I'm now 46. What about that chord? See these three fingers here? Bluesy. Oh, it's hard. Hey. Dynamics. Hey, that little bit there, you got to practice that 1,000,000 times. You want to get good at it? That's it. I'm telling you, that's how you do it. I'm showing you how to do it. Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty, Hump. Notice the little finger is staying on the same note, and your thumb is just moving around. If you wanted to, you could use those two different fingers. Play it with me. A lot of people have trouble playing that. We're all finished. Thanks, Stephen. I'm going to go and play golf. This bit at the same time. I did it just then in front of you. I put myself on the spot because I'm not very good at playing that. Let's see if I can do it again. Hey! Practice. So there's your big chord. Okay? So when you get home from work on Monday, go over to the piano and go C, E, G, B flat, E flat, and go to the boss. To the technology that's not working. To the fridge that's made all the water warm. To that terrible phone call you had through the day. Yeah! Okay, don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you same time next week with any luck. Okay. God bless you all. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby. Listen, I got nobody playing golf with me today. Does anybody want to come and have a game, or just go walk around? It's a really nice spot. It's next to the ocean. Bye bye.